Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract, Phineas Finished, set in Dartmoor and supplied to us today by Moonprog, and recommended to us today by Paul Anderson 37. So moving on to our briefing, Phineas works as an investigator for MSNBC. Enough said. Eliminate him and his loser cronies and enjoy an afternoon tea. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them along with a free map. And for today's challenge we'll be starting at the default location, and we'll be bringing with us an enigmatic gas grenade, a unicorn horn and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat we need to make our way up to the big house. Now those of you wondering why we're bringing a unicorn horn with us when there are plenty on the map, this is because the nearest unicorn horn to where we will be operating is under surveillance, shall we say. There are a number of eyes in the area and collecting the unicorn horn is an illegal act. So just to save time, because we have the unicorn horn in our inventory, we're going to bring one with us. If you don't have one, there is one on the main entrance, which is where we are kind of heading to now. So once we get up to the property, as you can see, we have almost caught the attention of one of the guards. Now this actually works in our favor, as we will need a guard's outfit at some point, and this one will do nicely. So we're going to render him unconscious, and we're going to leave him right there in the bushes, and then we're going to make our way into the building. We're going to grab the saber from just outside of Mr. Fernsby's office. There we go. And we can then move on to our first target. So we're going to start closing doors and hopefully secure this area nicely for us. And Mr. Whitmer will be along shortly. We did pass him on the way here. So we're just going to set up a coin trap to slow him down a little bit. We also want to move him away from the entrance to the entrance hall so that we are not seen. So there he is approaching the building now. He's going to go through a frisk and a bit of a conversation, and he's going to make his way into this corridor, and when he finds the coins he will move in to collect them, and at that point we can position ourselves behind him, and when he collects that second coin we're going to render him unconscious, and we'll come back for him shortly. So down he goes, there we are. So we need an outfit before we can deal with him, which we do not yet have, or we do have but we do not yet need to use. We're going to move on to our next 2 targets, who are the 2 guards at the front door to the mansion. So we're going to take one of the coins we collected from the corridor, and we're going to throw it over against the wall there. Okay. And then we're going to hop down into the bushes where we have a unconscious guard waiting for us. One of our guards targets will come and investigate, and when he collects the coin we're going to drop him with a quick bullet to the head. We're then going to collect up his gun, collect up the coin he drops, and then deposit him in the bushes over the banister. So 1 down, 1 more to go, and all we're going to do is rinse and repeat the exact same procedure once again. So coin over against the wall, hop over the balcony or the banister, select our silenced pistol, and this time around the second guard will come along, and when he does we're going to let him collect the coin just like we did his colleague. So once he's in position we're going to hop over, pull out our silenced pistol, take careful aim, shoot the target in the head. We're going to deposit him also into the bushes along with his colleague, again collecting up the gun and the coin. And before we head back into the building, we are now going to take the guard's outfit. So not the bodyguard, but the guard we rendered unconscious earlier. So he is somewhere over here in the bushes. There he is. So we're going to take his outfit and we can then make our way back into the building. And we now have the outfit we require for taking out Mr. Whitmer with the unicorn horn. So if you don't have the unicorn horn, there is one at the foot of the stairs at the entrance, but you will need to distract the maid and the guard using your coins. It's just a lot easier this way. So 3 targets down, 2 more to go. We're going to now go and collect up our next target, who is located out in the rear garden behind the greenhouse. So we're going to head out via the kitchen door, as that is the only safe door really to exit the building in this outfit in. We're going to make our way around the edge of the map until we get past the enforcers in the garden area and around to the rear of the greenhouse, where we will find on the balcony or the banister here a set of shears. We're standing just by them, so we're just going to throw our gas grenade at the gardener in front of us. He will get sick and he will go off to the moors to purge himself, and the young lady you see here is our target. So she's going to go back to her usual routine. The other gardener is going to go off to the moors, and when he is nice and safely out of earshot, we can throw the garden shears at our target. There we go. We're going to deposit her in the bushes, which are just off over yonder behind that big rock there. Now we do need to time this right, as there are 2 patrolling guards in the area. You can see them off in the distance, and luckily enough they are off in the distance, so we don't have to worry about them too much, apart from when we want to get past them, as at least one of them I believe is an enforcer, if not both. So once we have deposited the gardener into the bushes, we now need to make our way over to the graveyard and the church area. We want to bypass these 2 as quickly as possible. So using the bushes for cover and crouch running the whole way. And we're just going to cut across the moor lake here, the waters through the shallow point. We're going to make our way up into the graveyard area where the funeral director is located, and we are going to have to time ourselves a little bit here. So this will be the saber elimination. Now we have a gardener just off to our right and a housekeeper just off over yonder trying to scare away the crows. So Mr. Parsons is about to go and speak to the young lady by the picture of Miss Carlyle, or Mrs. Carlyle should I say, and then wander off a bit further. The gentleman over by the crows has his back to us, and we can then pounce on the gardener here. We're going to deposit him in the box provided, or the crate provided, and then when Mr. Parsons returns, we are going to lure him into this area with one of our coins, and then when he comes to investigate, we can introduce him to cold steel. So there is Mr. Parsons. He's about to wander off to go and talk with, I believe, one of the other guards, but when he is on his way back and making his way to the grave site, we can throw our coin over by the hedge there. That will get his attention. Now, we don't want to throw too close to the entrance, otherwise Mr. Parsons will stand with his back to the hedge, and we will not be able to then get behind him and jab him with our rather large needle. So all of our targets are now dealt with, and the easiest way to escape will be to collect up the hearse keys that the funeral director drops, take his outfit, drop our saber, and make good our escape using the hearse exit. If we keep the guard's exit the nearest available safe exit to us will be the bridge on the other side of the building. So there we go, one more subscriber contract taken care of, and we have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We had no objectives, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.